is Sheila. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to come and talk to you guys about breastfeeding during the holidays. So there's lots of concerns that breastfeeding or nursing moms will have during the holidays, such as breastfeeding in public, as this may be your first time doing that, or just getting out of the house, just keeping a pumping schedule while traveling to see family. So we're going to go over some tips and tricks for all those different things. But before we get into that, I do want to say thank you to Simply to Impress for sponsoring today's video. They do have these amazing holiday cards. This is my second year using them, but my baby was born this year, so I did decide to put his picture on our holiday cards for this year. And as you can see, the card quality, the card stock is amazing. They print beautifully, and they also do include these premium envelopes as well to go with the cards, which is amazing. You can get them lined on the inside with different foils and such, and everything comes in this nice, beautiful box that will contain all of your cards. If you use my discount code Sheila35, you'll get 35% off your order as well as free shipping. Also, if you spend $75 or more on your order, which is going to be super easy to do because they have all the cute stuff, you'll get a complimentary garland, holiday card garland that you can hang all of your Christmas cards that you get from family and friends. I really love this garland idea because not only can I display my family's card for the year, I can display all the cards of our loved ones, and it's a beautiful garland, and you get that absolutely free with orders over $75. So definitely head over to Simply to Impress to take care of all of your holiday card needs this holiday season. So let's go ahead and get into today's topic. The first thing is just being able to keep up with your nursing or pumping schedule during the holidays. Obviously, if your baby is right there with you, that is going to be very easy to do as far as nursing. But if you're pumping, that's where things can get a bit tricky. So I highly recommend that if you have a wearable pump, to go ahead and utilize that during the holidays. I have the Willow pump as well as the Amani i2 pump, which are kind of on both different ends of the price range spectrum. And so at the Amani i2 is around $100, and they always have sales on Amazon on it or on Legendary Milk's website. But that's a nice pump. You can see it through your clothing, so you'll have to be comfortable with that. However, you'll be able to pump, and it's pretty affordable. If you want something that's going to have all the bells and whistles and a little bit more functionality and might be a little less noticeable under clothing, you can opt for the more expensive Willow. And so I'll do a separate video on like the different wearable pumps that I have and the advantages, but definitely that's one route to go. Another route to go is collection cups. So if you have your standard pump, like I have the Spectra S1, or if you have any of your standard pumps, you can look into getting collection cups. So those are nice because they can just stick inside any bra. It doesn't even have to be a nursing bra. They can stick inside your bra, and you don't have to worry about having flanges hanging off of you or having to kind of separate yourself. You can put your collection cups in and just sit with your family and friends and chat. Yes, they'll see your pump, but like you're feeding your baby, so it's okay. That's a way to feel a little bit more comfortable about it during the holidays. I have the Spectra Care Cups. I also have the Legendary Milk Collection Cups, and I like them both equally. One is a softer silicone, whereas the Spectra is a harder plastic. Both work great for me. So that's something you may want to look into. Those are going to be around 50 or 60 bucks. So that might be a more affordable option for you versus getting a wearable pump, especially if maybe you don't have a use for a wearable pump on a regular basis. As far as keeping your schedule, even if you aren't able to utilize those options, ultimately, I would make sure wherever you're going that you kind of just plan your day around whatever your particular pumping schedule is so you don't miss pumps. So that might mean telling family and friends that like, hey, you know, if you're gonna be at your mom's house or aunt's house or wherever, let them know that like, hey, you know, I need a place to go and pump. If possible, bring extra pump parts so you're not worried about having to like wash them in somebody else's house. But you know, kind of just let them know, because ultimately you are your baby's food source at that point if you're exclusively breastfeeding or nursing or pumping. So at the end of the day, you just kind of have to let people know like, hey, I need this accommodation, and most people should be pretty happy to do that. And if not, then maybe you don't need to go there this holiday season. I'm gonna just say it is what it is, right? So that's what I would recommend as far as like keeping yourself on track. It's just kind of thinking those three things through ahead of time. All right, so the next thing is breastfeeding in public. So I know for me, and I know breastfeeding is natural and all those things, I personally feel uncomfortable breastfeeding in public for a couple of reasons. One, just because of just the modesty factor. Like I just kind of feel, you know, it's nothing wrong with it, but I just have a feeling about it. And I'm sure somebody watching this can relate, that it makes me feel a little bit uncomfortable. The other part about it, even outside of that, is the fact that for me, I find it uncomfortable to breastfeed unless I kind of have my setup, and I spend a lot of time at home with my baby. So I kind of have a setup that works as far as placement and pillows and all of that. And my baby was a preemie, so because he was so small for so long, I kind of just figured out what kind of worked best as far as positioning, where I didn't have to like strain my back and I was able to get the latch proper. And so doing that just in a random place is kind of hard because I do utilize pillows and things like that. I do have the Boppy Anywhere pillow. I highly recommend taking that with you. I keep that in my car, in fact, because I do breastfeed in my car sometime, and I have done it at like a Target, because Target has the little nursing area in their fitting rooms. So I've done it there. But that pillow is just really great, and it's about $30 at Target. It's just nice to have that so I can easily prop him up. But as far as just feeling comfortable with it in general, I would say number one, if you're already someone who's maybe a little bit uncomfortable with it, maybe make sure that you invest in a nursing cover for yourself. But I would say test this out before you just do a dry run with it on Thanksgiving or on Christmas or at your holiday party, because your baby may not like being covered up. I have heard some babies don't like their face covered. So I would say now is the time to go ahead, get a nursing cover and start practicing with latching your baby and everything, just going through the motions of that ahead of time. So just that way you feel more comfortable with it when it comes time to do it in front of people, because you may not want to have to go and hide somewhere. You may want to be able to still socialize and feed your baby at the same time, the same if you were with a bottle. And that brings us to my next point. If you are pumping or you're doing formula or a combination of both, if you know that you're uncomfortable nursing in public, then perhaps bring bottles with you of whether it's breast milk or formula or a mixture of the two. Bring your bottle with you so that you don't have to pump in public. Now, the only thing is that ideally, if you are not going to be nursing, then maybe you should pump to relieve yourself, especially if you're going to be missing several nursing sessions. You're going to want to pump at some point during that time so that you don't affect your supply, which kind of refers back to the first thing that we were talking about, which is you're just going to have to let your friends and family know that like, hey, I'm a nursing mom and I need these accommodations, and it just is what it is. All right, lastly, I want to talk about dealing with opinions and possibly criticism about breastfeeding choices and decisions. You may find that your family may be very opinionated when it comes to breastfeeding, or just everything in general in terms of raising your baby, because everybody has a different way that they raise their kids and different things they do or don't do. You may come from a family like I do, where they're very team formula, because only like one other person in my family ever breastfed. So everyone is this very, big on formula, and they don't really get like, why do you have to pump or whatever. And so I think that it's an opportunity, if you want to educate people on breastfeeding and pumping and what that looks like. And then also, it's not really up for discussion if you don't want it to be either. So sometimes it might just take saying, hey, yeah, I'm breastfeeding, and this is what I'm doing, and it is what it is. Like, you don't really have to explain how you choose to feed your child. If they have a problem with it, then again, like I said, if it's that big of an issue, you may want to rethink going to that person's home for the holiday. But just in general, most people I think are pretty decent about it, even if they don't understand it. But you just have to kind of stand your ground and just know that like you're doing what's best for your babe, and that's it. So don't let people intimidate you or, push you around about it, because no. All right, so that's pretty much it. I hope you guys really enjoyed the holidays and enjoy spending time with your families and your new babies. And thank you guys for watching. As always, make sure to check out Simply to Impress for all your holiday card needs. Thank you guys for watching as always, and I will see you guys soon for another video. Bye.